Who are your heroes? I'm telling you right now, if you were to list all your heroes growing up, it will show you made decisions based off of who you wanted to become, at least for a short while. In this video, I want to talk about some of my heroes and what I take from them and how I apply it to my own life. So check it out, guys. Heroes are people we chase. We want to become just like them. They're successful, maybe they're famous, they're very good at what they do. So who are your heroes? Start listing them right now. Maybe it's heroes growing up from whenever you were 9 years old to where you are now. And I'm sure it changed over time, but just start listing them. You'll start to see a trend. A couple of my heroes. Number one, Elvis. Now, what is great about Elvis? His showmanship, his ability to just steal people's attention, his ability to market, his incredible, unique sound. So what I take from that is marketing. All right? He became more than a man. And by becoming more than a man, you're an idea. You're something that people can attach themselves to. And you're able to inspire and motivate just through what you do every day, whether it's song or movies or, products that you put out, services that you offer. His ability to market is just truly incredible. And what you find out is really it wasn't him. It was a guy named Colonel Tom Parker. And Colonel Tom Parker is really the marketing genius. But he had this unique sound. Colonel Tom Parker had the ability to make someone look unique. Branding, marketing. This one person changed it completely. There were a lot of country singers back then. Many, many, many country singers. And this was just the start of the radio and obviously video. And he took it to a whole new level. So it's timing and, positioning and obviously standing out any which way you can. By branding himself the king of rock and roll. How did he get that title? None of this was done by accident. So he branded himself in a certain way. And what you can take from that is you become more than just a human being. You have become this idea, this way of living, this rebel mentality. And that's what I take from him. And I apply it to my own life. Be unique, sound unique, look unique. Brand yourself in a certain way that makes you not just a person, but a way of thinking. And obviously, using everything to your advantage to keep catapulting yourself up to the next level. And that's important to do also. Number two, look at Billy the Kid. I was a big, big fan of the Western movies and what he did when he was growing up. And he only died at, I believe, at 22. What he was able to do was change the whole dynamic, the feel of Western civilization. This man stood up for what he believed in, which was going against corporate greed, corporate, mentality, being controlled by people with more money. And he was willing to risk his life and go and do things that are dangerous, scary, and often downright insane. But that guts, the ability to use the media to portray himself as something much, much bigger. The media had a big factor on him. It happens for everyone that becomes very successful, but the media, newspapers, radio, I don't think they had a radio in 1880, 81, but newspapers, books were written, comic books, becoming this icon in the eyes and becoming a hero to the community. Now, it's almost like the Robin Hood of Western civilization, where he was fighting for the little guy, and anybody who had a lot of land or had a lot of influence hated him because he was giving people hope. So what you can take from him, people like him, standing up for what you believe in, willing to die for it, and becoming more than just a person who helps other individuals out. He became a symbol of the rebel mentality also. Number three, one of my, sports athletes that really, really changed how I looked at things was Mike Tyson. Now, Mike Tyson was just brutal. Came forward, head down, going straight at his opponent. What you take from that is pure grit and just force. What you're able to do in life if you just put your head down and just go straight forward. No fancy motions, nothing, just straight grit, brute force. How I became, successful with leaving corporate world and starting my business, just grit and just going after it. And obviously swinging as hard as you possibly can. Now, there's a lot of downsides to a lot of these people, I know that. But you take the good pieces, and that's what I'm trying to tell you is, I was shaped by, let's just say, those first three. By you need the ability to stand out, fight to the death of what you want, and keep swinging hard for what you need. So just those three things. You take the good pieces. Evel Knievel, number 4. You look at what he did. He was an insurance salesman who was able to market himself in a certain way, put his body on the line, willing to do incredible, crazy stunts to get a lot of attention. And he was able to inspire people just by putting himself in danger in front of millions of eyes. So the power to market yourself on grand stages where it's dangerous, but also to use your skills, the ability to network, and also make yourself more than just a human being jumping over stuff with a motorcycle. It's about going after what you want, risking what you need, what you want to do, and risking your life for a dream. He was able to do that, not from behind the scenes or, in real life like Billy the Kid, but he was able to do it as a stunt and as a promotion. So the power of promotion and drawing a crowd, and obviously pure will. The man had more will than most. And I think you can take a lot of that from him and apply it to your own life. And number 5, you look at all these business heroes out there. Now, there's a man named Donald Trump I think you've heard of. Anybody who wants to build something great, become very successful, own their own jets, date pretty women, you have to look at a man like Donald Trump, who became extremely successful on multiple platforms. So a hero of mine growing up was, the ultra wealthy, the people who you want to look up to and say, hey, you have it all. You have your name on the plane, you have the buildings, you have the money, you have the connections, you have the ability to influence. You have to mention a person like him, whether it's him or someone like him. You look at people who are doing it in real life. The entrepreneur ultimate lifestyle, you have to label him in there. He did it in a time where it wasn't as popular as it is now. He was able to use media against itself, to leverage his name, to get deals done, to fight battles with politicians even before he ran for office. He understood the game, the media game. He understood the social game before anybody else. And he was able to, take all that knowledge and apply it to whether it's real estate, whether it's a TV show, whether it's the services that he offers, whether it's the courses or the coaching that he does, creating the real estate school, all of this stuff. He was able to become extremely successful. His book, Art of the Deal, which was ghostwritten, he was able to tell his story in a certain way, became such an incredibly successful book. And he was able to take all of that and just keep getting on TV shows, becoming this icon. Once again, this is all before he ran for office. People loved him, absolutely loved him. You saw him on the roast of Donald Trump. Everybody really, really, really loved him. Now when politics get involved, they try to paint him as certain different pictures, and that's what people really see nowadays. But go back to the beginning. Go back to his shows in the 80s or 90s, or with Howard Stern. People really, really, really respected this man. And you can't forget that he is successful on all levels. Now we get into the politics. This man was the most successful in business, and then he got into a game like politics and won. the President of the United States. How can you not look up to that? Say he played the game better than the people who play the game all the time. Take all of this information from your heroes, and I don't know who your heroes are, but write them down right now and start labeling qualities of why you like them, and take those pieces, because you are creating yourself. You are not finding yourself. People who become ultra successful create themselves. They turn themselves into something that is bigger than themselves right now. So use that today, and you will hopefully become your own hero. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Hey, thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you got anything from it, please like it and share it. For more tips and advice on branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, or for anyone who's looking to build it from the ground up, stay tuned for more.